Geese are a lovely subject, jumping every now and then with their young ones into the water. Here I draw some of the geese standing into the undeep water, while some remain on the dry land. Because they are white, they all make a good contrast with the surrounding area, which results in an interesting variation. First, I wet the sky area with an intermediate squirrel brush. Then I pick up a synthetic brush and push in larger blobs of blue, enabling this to bleed down. For the background trees, I choose a grayish green, reinforced with more green towards the front. The big tree in the middle is an eye-catcher and needs to be painted more accurately. As a consequence, clearer greens are needed. The weeping willow on the left-hand side is a good compositional counterweight for the middle tree. I am painting more vertical stripes to emphasize its shape. Some dry brushstrokes help to depict the typical leaves. Now I'd like to paint the grasses and some greens in the background. It is important to vary the colors along the way. This creates a dynamic background where the viewer can use his own imagination. The painting grows, and now it is time for painting the meadow top with a fresh sunny green, painting carefully around the shapes of the geese. One should be aware of the landscape's geometry, evolving from a flat surface to a curved shape when approaching the border. Here, a more intense green is needed as the landscape bends away from the sunlight. Some patches of green still appear on the curvature of the border. The middle plan is now treated with an intermediate greenish yellow, resulting in a more complete image. The shapes of the geese on the meadow are now pushed towards the front. Now I am putting some more details in the grass, adding depth. With the pale orange wash, I am popping in the main tint for the earth. To add some vibrancy and liveliness to the painting, I add now with the tip of a synthetic brush some dark violet shadow colors on the earth shapes. This really gives a feeling of the carved shape of the riverbanks. Adding more structure and details on the meadow allows for a better result. Here I am softening the transition in the curvature of the bank. It gives a more realistic feeling. Painting a blue hue indicates the earth color of the bank transits into the water. I like to use cobalt blue for the water because it reflects the sky above and freshens up the whole painting. I'd like to give a third dimension to the geese. To do so, there are two distinct shadow colors. One represents the reflected sky, predominantly visible on their necks. Another is a reflection of the grass on their belly. It's a more orange-yellow. The same applies to the geese standing in the water, but instead they have a blue belly rather than a yellow one. And this is the result, a vivid colorful scene at the border of the layer with geese playing in the water.